Top 10 Spanish-speaking countries to visit. Chile. Spanish is spoken by the entire population of Chile. The dialect used in this country is known as the Chilean Spanish. It is a dialect of Spanish that is significantly different from the Castilian variant of Spanish, but is similar in pronunciation to the Andalusian Spanish. Places to visit in Chile. Portillo. The Portillo ski area in Chile is the most famous and oldest center in South America, renowned for its extraordinary beauty and its world-class skiing and snowboarding. It is also famous for the Big Yellow Hotel. Pucón. An adventure tourism hub, it's renowned for access to water sports. You can also climb the Villarrica volcano or go canyoning. Cajón del Maipo. Cajón del Maipo is a canyon located in the Andean southeastern portion of the Santiago metropolitan region, Chile. The canyon is a popular tourist destination for hikers and campers. You can also relax in one of 3 natural hot springs in the area. Tierra del Fuego. Tierra del Fuego means the end of the world, and the main inhabitants down here are the colonies of Magellanic and Humboldt penguins. Tierra del Fuego is divided between Chile and Argentina. Easter Island. Easter Island is a remote volcanic island in Polynesia. Its fame for archaeological sites, including nearly 900 monumental statues called moai, created by inhabitants during the 13th–16th centuries. The Carretera Austral. The Carretera Austral is the name given to Chile's Route 7. Over 1,000 kilometers of natural beauty await you at the southernmost tip of the world. Pisco Elqui. Pisco Elqui is a town in Valle de Elqui, northern Chile. It is one of the world's premium stargazing locations. Chiloé Island. Chiloé Island, the main island in the archipelago of the same name, is in southern Chile. It's home to pastoral landscapes and known for its iconic wooden churches built by Jesuit missionaries in the 17th and 18th centuries. Atacama Desert. The Atacama Desert is one of Chile's most exciting places to visit. It has incredible landscapes of salt flats and saline lakes, softly smoking volcanoes and lunar rock formations. Colombia. Almost 99.2% of the Colombian population speaks Spanish. However, Colombian Spanish differs from the Standard Spanish in very significant ways. For instance, the Colombian Spanish has an almost musical pronunciation and intonation. Places to visit in Colombia. Popayan. Popayan is one of Colombia's most impressive colonial cities. It's called Ciudad Blanca or White City because of its whitewashed colonial buildings. It is also a religious center with popular Holy Week processions. Tayrona National Park. The park's biggest attraction is its beaches, set in deep bays and shaded with coconut palms. In fact, Tayrona beaches are among Colombia's most beautiful. It is also a good place to snorkel. San Andrés and Providencia. The archipelago of San Andrés, Providencia and Santa Catalina, or, in everyday language, San Andrés and Providencia, is one of the departments of Colombia. It consists of two island groups in the Caribbean Sea about 775 kilometers northwest of mainland Colombia, and 8 outlying banks and reefs. Zona Cafetera. Zona Cafetera is where almost half of Colombia's coffee crop is grown on the slopes of the Andes. Visitors can learn more about coffee at El Parque del Café, a park that has a botanical garden with coffee plants and an amusement park. San Gil. San Gil is an old colonial town in northeast Colombia. It is the adventure sports capital of Colombia. You can visit here Cascada de Juan Curry, the best waterfall around San Gil. You can also do mountain biking, paragliding, or go bungee jumping. You should also not miss the opportunity to visit Cathedral Santa Cruz. It is a beautiful 18th-century cathedral. Cartagena. Cartagena was one of the most heavily fortified cities in South America. These fortifications can still be seen today. Travelers should take time to wander through the colorful old town, with its colonial architecture. Villa de Leyva. Villa de Leyva is a Colombian town northeast of Bogotá. It's known for its whitewashed colonial buildings and vast Plaza Mayor. San Agustin. The archaeological park of San Agustin is home to more than 500 monoliths, statues, petroglyphs and sarcophagi. Most of the stone carvings at San Agustin were created between 100 AD and 1200 AD. Bogotá. Bogotá, also known as the Athens of South America, is one of the largest cities in South America and Colombia's capital. It has a thriving nightlife and numerous attractions such as the Gold Museum. Cuba. Spanish is one of the official language in Cuba. In the late 15th century, Spain discovered Cuba. When the Spanish came, they brought their language with them. Even today, on paper, Cubans use the traditional Castilian Spanish. Places to visit in Cuba. Havana. Havana is the capital city of Cuba. It has colonial mid-century buildings while it is still one of the unique and modern cosmopolitan cities in the region. Santiago de Cuba. Santiago de Cuba is situated in eastern Cuba. The most popular place here is the Parque Céspedes. It is a plaza that has a large number of colonial structures in and around it. Another popular place here is the Castillo de San Pedro de la Roca, a glorious and breathtaking 17th-century fortress with the view of the ocean. Vinales. One of the best national parks in Cuba is located in Vinales Valley. The valley is enclosed by mountains and has lots of greenery and tobacco plantations inside. Trinidad. Trinidad is a town in central Cuba, known for its colonial old town and cobblestone streets. The most popular place here is the Plaza Mayor that is surrounded by exemplary neo-Baroque structures. Cayo Largo del Sur. It is a small resort island away from the mainland of Cuba and one of the perfect places to visit in Cuba. This area is popularly known as Long Cay. Varadero. It is a popular beach resort that has several miles of the Atlantic Ocean that make for the popular stunning beaches of white sands and warm blue waters. Cienfuegos. Also known as the Pearl of the South, Cienfuegos has well-preserved 1950s homes besides several unique structures with mid-century modern architecture replicas. Baracoa. Also called as the first city of Cuba, Baracoa has managed to retain all its colonial architectures that look stunning beauty in the region. Uruguay. 99% of the population of Uruguay speaks Spanish. Places to visit in Uruguay. Colonia del Sacramento. Colonia del Sacramento's historic quarter is a UNESCO World Heritage Site because of its beautiful colonial architecture and urban landscape. It is one of the oldest cities in Uruguay. Montevideo. Montevideo is the capital city of Uruguay. Here you can see the Teatro Solís, which is a landmark in Ciudad Vieja, the old city district in Montevideo. While in Montevideo, you can also go to Estadio Centenario, the biggest football stadium in the country, and was built in 1930 for the first ever World Cup. It is still Montevideo's main stadium, and a must-visit even if you're not a big football fan. Punta del Este. This upmarket beach resort town is so luxurious and fancy that it is often called the Monaco or Saint-Tropez of South America, where yachts, casinos and trendy cocktail bars abound in this playground of the rich. Piriápolis. Piriápolis is one of the most popular beach resort towns in the country. With lovely views of the coast on offer nearby, Piriápolis is a great spot at which to relax after a busy trip sightseeing. Museo del Carnaval. Carnival is massive in Uruguay. It is the longest-lasting carnival in the world and lasts all summer. Visit mines of precious stones in Artigas. The amethyst stone is abundant in the north of Uruguay. Panoramic views of the fields where the mines are located can be witnessed in Artigas. Vineyards. There are several vineyards in Uruguay, and most of them offer wine tasting tours with meals and visits to the estate. Puerto Rico. The official languages in Puerto Rico are English and Spanish. Linguistically, Spanish is a Romance language while English is a North Sea Germanic language. Between the two, Spanish is the most influential language. Places to visit in Puerto Rico. Old San Juan. This is one of the best places to visit in Puerto Rico with its lovely colonial architecture and imposing forts. The main attraction here is El Morro Fort. El Yunque National Forest. El Yunque National Forest is home to the only tropical rainforest in the national U.S. forest system. The main highlights in El Yunque National Forest include La Coca Falls, La Mina Falls, and Yokahu Tower. Culebra Island. Culebra is a small, sleepy island that is part of the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico and about 30 minutes by small plane from San Juan Airport. Culebra is best known for its beaches, especially flamenco with white sand. The area's coral reefs are considered some of the best in the entire Caribbean. Rincon. Often called Surfing Town and Little Malibu, Rincon is known to Puerto Ricans as a gringo paradise. Rincon is a surfing mecca and also one of Puerto Rico's main areas for whale watching excursions. Rio Camui Cave Park. The Rio Camui Cave Park features a huge cave system covering 268 acres and is thought to be the third largest cave system in the world. Vieques. Vieques has become a popular beach resort with small, upper-end hotels, restaurants, shops, and galleries. The island is also known for a unique phenomenon at Mosquito Bay, or also known as Bioluminescent Bay, where a large concentration of phosphorescent dinoflagellates light up movement in the water at night. Peru. Spanish is a very highly popular language in Peru. It is the language of almost 84% of the population. This language was established by the Spanish rulers, but even after independence, it holds the same importance. Places to visit in Peru. The Inca Trail. The famous Inca Trail is an ideal hike, which terminates at Machu Picchu, and is regarded by many as the highlight of their trip to Peru. Machu Picchu. More than 7,000 feet above sea level in the Andes Mountains, Machu Picchu is the most visited tourist destination in Peru. A symbol of the Incan Empire and built around 1450 AD, Machu Picchu was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983 and was named one of the new 7 Wonders of the World in 2007. Cusco. Walking through the streets of Cusco is like wandering through a museum, with history built upon history in this UNESCO World Heritage Site. Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca is known for being the highest navigable lake in the world. The lake area is a mix of beautiful scenery and culture that sets it apart from other regions of the country. Colca Canyon. Colca Canyon is the second deepest canyon in the world. It is twice as deep as the Grand Canyon. Arequipa's historical city center. Arequipa is often regarded as Peru's most beautiful city. Set against a backdrop of snow-capped mountains, the city center is a designated UNESCO World Heritage Site. Arequipa's main claim to fame is the old architecture constructed of sillar stone, a volcanic rock that radiates a bright color in the sunlight. Lima's Historic Center. Lima's Historic Center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The city was founded in the 1500s and, although many of the original structures were destroyed, it still holds significant historical value and is a beautiful place to wander around. Ica and the sand dunes at Huacachina. People come here to try out the sport of sandboarding. Similar to snowboarding, sandboarding involves surfing down the sand dunes on specially made sand boards, which can be rented in the area. For the less coordinated, renting dune buggies is another great way to get out and enjoy the landscape. Silistani. Silistani is a pre-Incan site that consists of a group of huge cylindrical tombs. The towers of Silistani are the most impressive of the burial towers constructed by the Kola people. Cordillera Blanca. The Cordillera Blanca is home to Peru's highest peak, Huascarán. Also located in the same area of the Andes are 16 other mountains over 6,000 meters in height. Mountain climbers, hikers, and outdoor enthusiasts would surely love this place. Costa Rica. Costa Rica's official and predominant language is Spanish. The variety spoken there, Costa Rican Spanish, is a form of Central American Spanish. Places to visit in Costa Rica: San Jose. San Jose is the capital and largest city of Costa Rica. The city occupies a plateau in the country's geographical center, making it a great base for exploring other destinations in Costa Rica. Arenal volcano. Arenal was once the most active volcano in Costa Rica. The area surrounding Arenal offers plenty of outstanding sights and exciting activities. Poás Volcano National Park. Poás Volcano National Park is considered to be one of the most astonishing places in Costa Rica. Home to an active, the crater remains a powerful symbol of the geothermal forces that once formed the country's landscape that we recognize today. Rincón de la Vieja. Located in the North Pacific region of Costa Rica, the Rincón de la Vieja National Park is named after its main attraction, a large steaming volcano. Intriguing, natural features like craters, vapor vents, bubbling mud pits and hot springs as well as an extraordinary amount of plant and wildlife make this national park one of the best places to visit in Costa Rica. Tamarindo. Located on Costa Rica's Pacific coast, Tamarindo is one of the most developed and accessible beach towns in the. It is a popular destination for family vacations and eco-adventures. Tataguero National Park. The Tataguero National Park is one of the country's most visited national parks. A visit here is definitely worth it as it is an area of incredible biodiversity due to the existence of 11 different habitats. Corcovado National Park. Corcovado National Park is Costa Rica's largest park and is greatly considered the crown jewel of the extensive national park system. Unsurprisingly, on numerous occasions, the National Geographic has called Corcovado the most biologically intense place on Earth in terms of biodiversity. Manuel Antonio National Park. Manuel Antonio is most famous for its national park, spanning several natural habitats and a plethora of endangered species. It is also the country's most visited as it is easily accessible from San Jose. Monteverde Cloud Forest Reserve. The Monteverde Cloud Forest Biological Reserve prides itself for being one of the best examples of sustainable tourism in the world, housing an impressive 2.5% of the worldwide diversity within 10,500 hectares. Cocos Island. Cocos Island is known as the only eastern Pacific island with a tropical rainforest. Coincidentally, it is also made famous as the island that greatly inspired the Jurassic Park movie franchise. In fact, some of the film's most evocative scenes were filmed here. Argentina. Spanish is the most spoken language in Argentina. Approximately 41.7 million people in Argentina speak Spanish as their native language, and an additional million speak it as a second language. Places to visit in Argentina. Buenos Aires. The best way to really get an understanding of a country's culture is by spending some time in its capital. That's why Buenos Aires is another one of the places to visit in Argentina that you simply can't overlook. Located in Buenos Aires is the so-called Recoleta Cemetery. It's a place of rest for the rich, famous, and powerful of Argentina. You can also watch a polo match or horse racing in Palermo while you're in Buenos Aires. After all, Argentina is known for its horsemanship. You can also visit one of the most important opera houses in the world and a Buenos Aires landmark, Teatro Colón. If you feel like getting out of the city for a breath of fresh air, take the train to Tigre to explore the delta for the day. Be sure to spend some time in this historically and politically significant plaza to see the Casa Rosada or Pink House, where the President of Argentina works. Iguazu Falls. Iguazu Falls are one of the absolute must-see places to visit in Argentina. It is also one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. Perito Moreno Glacier. The Perito Moreno Glacier is another one of the top places to visit in Argentina you absolutely have to get to. It's one of the largest and most accessible glaciers in the area, and you can even take a walk on it if you like. Mar del Plata. Mar del Plata is on the southwest coast of the Argentinian Sea. It is the second most touristic city in the country after Buenos Aires, is famous for its luxurious casino, one of the largest in the world. Tierra del Fuego National Park. Tierra del Fuego National Park is Argentina's southernmost national park and also one of its most stunning. It is the only national park in Argentina with a marine coast. Ushuaia. Ushuaia is a resort town in Argentina. It's located on the Tierra del Fuego archipelago, the southernmost tip of South America, nicknamed the End of the World. Mexico. The largest Spanish-speaking country is Mexico, followed by Colombia and Spain. Places to visit in Mexico: Cancún and the Mayan Riviera. Lying along a beautiful stretch of coastline on the Gulf of Mexico are the resort destinations of Cancún, Playa del Carmen, and the island of Cozumel, collectively known as the Mayan Riviera. This magnificent area on the tip of the Yucatan Peninsula attracts some 5 million visitors each year. Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta, sometimes called simply Vallarta, is another of Mexico's increasingly popular beach destination. Many parts of it remain untouched by modern development. Cabo San Lucas and the Los Cabos Corridor. Known as the Los Cabos Corridor, this 30-kilometer stretch of pristine beaches attracts visitors the world over for its clear waters, diving, snorkeling, and fishing. Copper Canyon. Copper Canyon is one of the country's most visited natural attractions. It is in fact larger and deeper than its better-known cousin, the Grand Canyon. Chichen Itza. Chichen Itza is one of Mexico's most visited archaeological sites, as well as one of the biggest and best restored. A must-see here is the magnificent Caracol, an almost 1,000-year-old observatory that stands testament to just how advanced the Mayans were. Guanajuato. Guanajuato is a city in central Mexico. It's known for its silver mining history and colonial architecture. The city also hosts Latin America's most important festival in honor of the writer, Miguel de Cervantes, the International Cervantino Festival. The ancient fortress of Tulum. Famous as the only fortified Mayan settlement located on the coast, the ancient city of Tulum is one of the Yucatan Peninsula's most visited attractions. Tulum is also famous for its tall walls, giving the site the feel of a fortress and suggesting a military, as well as religious significance. Oaxaca. Oaxaca is one of the most popular city destinations for travelers interested in sampling a taste of the real Mexico. An interesting mix of native Indian and Spanish elements, the city has remained largely untouched by the kind of large developments that have sprung up in some of the country's other popular destinations, and as a consequence, it has been declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Historic Morelia. A gem of a city, the colonial-era Morelia is a delightful place to linger in Mexico. The entire downtown core has been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Spain. Spanish is the only language which has official status for the whole country. In terms of the number of speakers and dominance, the most prominent of the languages of Spain is Spanish or Castilian, spoken by about 99% of Spaniards as a first or second language. Places to visit in Spain. Madrid. Spain's capital and largest city, Madrid is one of Europe's most colorful cosmopolitan cities. Madrid's most popular tourist attractions include the Royal Palace, the residence of Spain's monarch. The heart of Madrid is Puerta del Sol, a large plaza serving as the scene of festivals, important gatherings and street performers. Another important square is Plaza Mayor, known for the lively San Miguel market. Barcelona. Barcelona, the cosmopolitan capital of Spain's Catalonia region, is known for its art and architecture. It is no surprise that emblematic constructions by the Catalan architects Antoni Gaudí and Luis Domènech I Montaner have been declared World Heritage Sites by UNESCO. Seville. Seville is one of the best places to visit in Spain. The city is home to many beautiful and important historic landmarks, chief of which is the Grand Cathedral of Seville, where it is believed that Christopher Columbus is buried. Another significant building is the Real Alcazar, an extravagant Moorish palace with luxurious gardens. Córdoba. Córdoba was the most important city during the Moorish rule of Spain in the Middle Ages, and it was home to the stunning Grand Mosque of Córdoba. Today, the mosque is the city's cathedral, but retains much of its Islamic design. Granada. Granada is located at the base of the Sierra Nevada mountains of southern Spain. It offers a perfect blend of traditional cultures, an animated nightlife and spectacular attractions including the world-famous Alhambra, a pinnacle of Moorish art that encapsulates Andalusian history. Toledo. Toledo is a popular destination for its wealth of historic art and architecture that dates back to the Roman Empire. Because it was inhabited by Jews, Christians and Muslims for many centuries, the city is sometimes called the City of Three Cultures. Valencia. Valencia is one of the largest and most important cities in Spain. The city constructed its most impressive landmark, a massive cultural and entertainment complex known as the City of Arts and Science. Every March, Valencia hosts the Fallas Festival where each neighborhood displays papier-mâché figures of all sizes and colors. Santiago de Compostela. The city attracts thousands of visitors every year for both its religious tradition and history. Situated in the heart of the city, this bustling plaza is the scene of many important landmarks, particularly the Santiago Cathedral where the tomb of Saint James, an apostle of Jesus Christ is located. Spanish Islands. Spain has some of the most beautiful islands in Europe. The largest Spanish islands are equally divided between the Balearic Islands and the Canary Islands. The Balearic Islands are in the Mediterranean Sea, and the main islands include the well-known Ibiza and Majorca, as well as Menorca and Formentera. Majorca is the largest and best-known Balearic island while Ibiza is famous as a party destination. And that is my list of top 10 Spanish-speaking countries to visit after lockdown. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.